by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe a break. Boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. You got me feeling some type of way. You make me wanna stay in all day. You're the reason I can't get out my head. I just can't stop thinking about you. 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 Why don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that golden rule? Why is our love at one-sided? It should really be give and take. Fill you up and leave me empty. Baby, was that my mistake? Covering these feelings, going through changes. I'm just so mad right now, I can't even think straight. So I'ma just tweet it and delete it, knowing you won't read it before we get too far away. I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't rewind. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Tell me what choice I have now. I just wanna get it right with you. But if we try to talk about it, our history says we'll just argue. And I know you're gonna act a fool, and then no one could tell the difference between me and you, babe. Watching from a distance, hiding these feelings, going through changes. I'm just so mad, but now it's at my own expense. So I'ma just tweet it and delete it, knowing you won't read it before we get too far away. I need to clear my mind. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't rewind. Maybe I need some space, need somewhere else to go, to release, to relax, to let my emotions flow. But for now, I just read it and delete it, knowing you won't read it before we get too far mine. I'd rather just tweet it and delete it. Oh, before we cross the line and we reach a point we can't rewind. Rewind, rewind, rewind.
Yeah, talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand. Back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my totem is nothing. In the discussion, for them feelings I throw on my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you all my spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty, talk about old. I'm on they now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now. It's trash now, I'ma spaz out. I've been killing my lows and living on highs. You see in the skies the proof. You could just see in my eyes that there is no lies. I cannot disguise the truth. I've been duck dog, getting to my new merch, color duck sauce on the new couch with my chucks on. Get the on with that hate. I'm big cool on the small chat, cause I know now that I'm all that. Got a hawk guy on the ball cat, get the out of my face. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Nathan Ivey with you, and it is a beautiful Friday, or Friday, as we say around these parts. Good morning to you. On today's show, a smattering of topics related to people, politics, and pleasure. But to kick things off, OMG stories that you might have missed this week. I've got 4 stories in mind that I want to share with you, and I want to mix in some other things as well. I was not with you yesterday, woke up not feeling well, sat with a little bit because I hate to miss any kind of show, and just wasn't feeling it. Just wasn't feeling it at all. So I hope that didn't interrupt your morning. I know how it is. You know, I'm a fan of talk radio, and I like to listen to my shows and my podcast like everybody else. But just to explain to you, put the word out a little bit late yesterday, but I put the word out so people understood what was going on. But I'm back and hopefully better than ever, and great to be with you. I don't know, it was like a morning thing. As the day went on, I felt better. Don't you hate that shit? I'm like, man, if I was gonna feel like this, I could have just rocked the show. But I'm feeling much better, as I think you can hear in my voice. Feeling like my usual self. And as always, ready to rock. Good morning to you. 513-873-7134. You know, it's funny, man. My thoughts were in so many different places as we began the show this morning. My thoughts and my emotions are all over the place right now. There's a lot going on that there's a lot going on in the world, in my world, in our world in general. A lot going on. I've been thinking about my journey since I left commercial radio and been doing this show online, and all the great people I've run into, and all of the experiences that I've had. I mean, I'm telling you, folks, I need to write a book about just the things that I've experienced since moving away from the commercial landscape. I'm telling you. But I will say this, at the end of the day, the only person that you can depend on is yourself. Now, your family and friends, of course, but I mean yourself. You know what I'm saying? All those outside forces. I mean, it's quite amazing, man. It's been an interesting journey. Like, and not to get super deep into it, but maybe you can relate. And somebody told me this once, and I found this to be, hey, good morning to you, Crystal. Good morning, Tanika. What's up, TNT? Good morning, Brenda. What's up, Regina? What's up, Nat? What's up, Charles? Good morning. Good morning. What's up, Glenn? What's up, brother Kush? Daryl? What's up, Tabitha? Jerica, how are you? Daryl, Crutha, good everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. What's up, Sharp? Ray, Brenda, good morning, everybody. You know, it's funny when you kick off something, it's not that you think, it's not that you think like you take other people's support for granted, but sometimes you have, certain things and people in mind that you think will support you, and it doesn't happen. And then sometimes people that you didn't even know was paying attention to what you was doing come out of nowhere and support you. That shit is it's the trippiest shit I've ever experienced. I'm telling you, it is super, 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 super trippy. And it is so true what they say about life, that you learn a lot about the people around you when two things happen. I'll say it again. You learn a lot about the people around you when two things happen. When either you take a big leap forward, or you take, at least in some people's minds, in some people's view, a step backwards. Like, when either of those things happen, you learn a lot about the people that's really in your corner. Can you holler if you hear me? Can you holler? Can you holler if you hear me on that one? You learn a lot about the people around you when either you take a big step forward, or what some might perceive a big step backwards, right? Because it tests the people around you. It can test your friendships. It can test your relationships. It can show you who people really are. Because sometimes people can rock with you and it's like circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? They only rocking with you because they think, you got a position, or in some way being associated with you, helps them, right? They want to get something out of it. But when people perceive that, I'm telling you, you learn a whole lot. I've learned so much about who is really in my corner and who is not really in my corner since leaving commercial radio. It's I wouldn't. It's been the most valuable thing ever. It has been the most valuable experience in my lifetime, 100%. And you got to go through it before, and then sit back and analyze it before you can see it for what it really is. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show. It's always great to be with you. And do I like that scene? I kind of like it. Hold on one second here. I want to move these lights back just a little bit. Yeah, I think I like it better like that. Yeah, I'm coolio with that. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll put the lights up, the whole 9 yards. Look at that, just like that. Listen, if you ever want to do a live stream, or you're thinking about doing something like that, man, I haven't wasted my money because I do a lot of research, but I can certainly help you. I can certainly help you. Hit me with a direct message. I'm an open book for now. For now, at some point, there's going to be a price tag on there. I'm kind of hinting as we move in a certain direction with CDM. But I'm telling you, man, can anybody give me an amen on that? You ever been in that situation? I mean, there are certain people that nobody could tell me wouldn't be in my corner, right? Who are not in my corner. And there are certain people who are in my corner who I didn't even know was paying attention. It's just the craziest shit, man. It really is. It's called life. It's like a roller coaster. It really is. Hey, listen, take a second. Take out your phone. If your phone's probably already out, actually, your computer, and go to the stream and and in particular, share today's show. Why? Quite simple. When you share the show, more people see it. It's very, very simple. It's not hard to figure it out. This is not some big time, math. This is real simple. 1 + 1 = 2. You share, I share, we share, more people see it. It's so simple. Social media is so simple. So I got to do my part. You know what I'm saying? Because only you can help you. I just learned so much about myself, man. Like, I'm a mofo that just won't stop. I was just born that way. You know what I'm saying? I just the way I feel about what I do, how I conduct myself. I just will not give up. It ain't gonna never happen until I get to where I'm trying to get there, to get to we get to where we're trying to get to, and we accomplish our goals. I just won't stop. And I don't give a damn what I have to do, all legal means, in order to get there. That's just feel how confidently I feel in what we're doing here. And we just babies. CDM is just a baby. You got some media organizations been around for 50 years in Cincinnati. We are just babies in the woods. We little newborns. You know what I'm saying? We can't even really, articulate words yet, but we are just getting started. As my homie Drop says, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And that is so freaking true. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. And welcome back to Nathan Ivey Show, where nothing is funnier than the truth. Men are expected to be men. There's so many damn simps out here in the world. We might talk about a few simps today. At least one simp. This dude up here in the top left-hand corner, wait until I tell you about what this man allegedly did. You're going to say, OMG? Just wait. Just wait for it. Men are expected to be men, and of course, sucker MCs get dealt with. This is the last honest place in Cincinnati media, if not the world, Craig. All over the world. We keeps it 100 here. Home of the most unfiltered voices in the Cincinnati market, period. Period. Good morning to you. Hopefully you can get into something like that. If you're like, man, this is some bullshit. Okay. All right. Do you. Carry on. It's a Friday. Get your Friday started, but I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And hopefully you can get into it this morning. So let me throw the number up again because there's a lot of good people that call into the show and they are just, I don't have no control over these folks when they call in, man. I'm out and about, people talking about the callers. I guess that's a great thing, actually. That's a good sign about the show. But a lot of smart, intelligent people are regular listeners of this show. I'll say it again. The creme de la creme, the talented 10th, the best of the best is who make up this audience. We're talking about doers. We're talking about people. We're talking about get shit doners. We're talking about critical thinkers. We're talking about entrepreneurs, politicians, you name it. Media types. We're talking about not just influencers, but people, not just voters, but people that influence. That's the bulk of this audience on a daily basis. This is not like any other audience in Cincinnati. I don't care what anybody says. You can name the name. I'll put this audience against anybody out there, toe to toe, flow to flow, caller to caller, listener to listener. By far the top of the top, and it is a unique. They bite. I roll with sharks, and they all bite. Trust me. Hence the name, the Chop Shot. Everybody get it. Listen, I have heard the complaints. Wow, what you gonna do about it, Nate? What you gonna say? I guessed it too. I roll with sharks, a team of sharks, and they all bite. They are not to be played with. So, but really good people though. Real good people. Black people, smart, intelligent black people. And black and brown is on the rise. Have you got the latest from the latest census numbers? Fear of a black planet. That's what it is. He's taking over. Little by little, but we'll talk about it. That's the reason why Karens and Darrens is losing their mind. That is the reason why Karens and Darrens are losing their damn minds. Fear of a black planet. Too many black billionaires, too many black millionaires. Turn on the TV, seeing all these black folks living good. People talking about reviving Black Wall Street. Black folks moving into the cul-de-sac. There's a brand new movie out I haven't seen it yet called Karen. And it's all about how a white woman got in her feelings because a black family moved into her ritzy cul-de-sac neighborhood. So what did she do? She got to irritate them. We got to get them out of here. But the new census report says things is changing. The browning of America is real. And that's the reason why these folks is running around here talking about QAnon and all this other dumbass shit. QAnon. Yeah, Donald Trump is some kind of messianic figure that's fighting a cold war against the Satanists and the baby traffickers, the child pornographers, right? Yeah, right. Donald Trump is looking for his next cheeseburger. That's what he's looking for. Damn fool. Anybody that voted for him is a damn fool. I said it. And I meant it. But we live at a time where distrust is at an all-time high. Distrust about politicians, the media, the world around us is at an all-time high. We live at a time where our attention spans have never been shorter. Our tempers have never been shorter. The skirts have never been shorter. We're living in amazing times. And I'm here to break it down for you, make it all make sense. At least try to make some sense of it. And maybe we can get a couple chuckles along the way, right? As we navigate these uncharted waters that I like to call the last honest days, the last days of common sense. That's what I call it. The last days of common sense, my friend. Welcome to it. But we navigate these uncharted waters together because it's crazy out there, man. Crazy. It's crazy. You turn on the news, who knows what you're going to read? You never know. Like, who would have ever thought that the world, the globe, the United States would be dealing with a pandemic, and yet you got a significant portion of the population that denies it even exists? Meanwhile, Ohio is in the red. All of Ohio, all the counties, red, 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 and more red. Because people want to go to the ball game. People want to go see the Isley brothers. Yeah, I said it. Mm-hmm. People don't want to wear a mask. I'm choking. I can't breathe. Uh-huh. Humans worse than COVID. That's what we learned over the last year and a half, my friend. So if that seems like something you can get into, if you like perusing the channel or come across on Facebook or YouTube or maybe tune in or Spreaker, shout out to my peoples, wherever you might be, then hit me with a subscription. Go ahead and subscribe, and then you'll get a notification every time I go live, every time we go live, right? Did you know that on Facebook, you can subscribe to the video feed? You can subscribe to the Facebook page, but you can also subscribe to the video feed. So if you want to get an update whenever there's a video from CDM, then please do so. Good morning. Good morning to you. Tabitha writes, happy Friday, choppers. I promise I'm working on some brand new clips I want to add to the show, just some new elements. I promise I won't bore you by hitting the same one over and over again, but I like it. Get to the choppers means a lot of things. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody. Hope you're doing well. And yesterday was crazy. I'm talking about in terms of the heat. The heat was crazy yesterday. It was like 99. I got in the car. I got one of them newfangled smart cars, right? It tells me the temperature. Very helpful. And I get in the car and it reads 100 degrees Fahrenheit. 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And I was dropping my daughter off. She had practice yesterday because she's a student athlete. And I did get it in yesterday. I'm telling you, this heat is great for those that work out, man. You talking about clearing out the pores? Look at my skin, y'all. Look at that. That's because I'm sweating every day. Look at that. Don't lie. Your boy's skin looking right. Stop it. Stop lying to yourself. I can see it. That's because I'm sweating every day. Some good old-fashioned sweat. Telling you, man, get out there today. Just get your walk in. Start 50. Just walk. Listen, just do this. Walk 10 minutes in one direction. Turn around, walk 10 minutes back to wherever you were. Home, work, wherever you might be. You know what I'm saying? You jump off house. You're 10 minutes in one direction and 10 minutes back. That's all you got to do. Start right there. Then increase it by 5 minutes, maybe every week or so. Man, you'll be doing 45 minutes, 30 minutes every single day, feeling good. You'll be feeling like my skin looks good. I'm just having some fun. No one man should have as much fun as I'm having. I'm telling you, I'm having way, way, way too much fun. God gonna put an end to it. You ever had that feeling where you having so much fun and you like, shit, it's gonna have to come to an end? I have that feeling sometimes. I'm having way, way too much fun. But good morning to you again. Hope you're having an excellent Friday. And I'm ready to talk. You ready to talk? You want to talk that talk? Before we go too deep, man, I got to give you a heads up. So Midday Juice, we postponed Midday Juice. So many of you know Ask Ashley's doing a great job with her brand. If you don't know, she is now doing a weekly column with the Cincinnati Herald. And she's also doing a column or a weekly stop with the local Fox affiliate, talking about what's happening in the city. Props to her. And typically her live stream is Tuesdays and Thursdays midday at 1 p.m. Hence the name Midday Juice, because you get the juice. She don't really talk politics. That's not her thing. She talks about that juice, the tea, what's happening, all the good shit. This shit we really like, but we act like we don't. Yeah, other people's business, pretty much. We all love it. And we postponed the show yesterday because she got a special guest lined up for tomorrow. So you can watch Midday Juice on Saturday at 2 p.m. There's a generic promo that's out right now. This is what it's doing on Facebook circulating. And we'll put out another more specific promo announcing her guest, but should be pretty interesting. I'm not sure if you've been watching it, but there was a very interesting story that got picked up by the Shade Room about a woman, black woman, that returns from a business trip. And guess what? All her shit gone. Her husband of 18 years moved out. So she posted a video online. It got picked up by several social media type companies and went viral. Well, she is scheduled to be Ask Ashley's guest tomorrow at 2 p.m. to talk about the whole ordeal. So that is perfectly within Ask Ashley's wheelhouse. She'll be interesting. Some midday juice on the Saturday. I don't know what you're doing on the Saturday, but make sure you tap in on Saturday. That's tomorrow at 2 p.m. and check out Midday Juice. Should be juicy. She got that juice. Looking forward to it. Again, 513-873-7134 if you would like to share your thoughts this morning. All I ask is that you open your mind before you open your mouth. The wise words of Boutros. Shout out to Boutros. We're slated to get together real soon. He might be watching this morning. Shout out to your brother. We slated to get together, put our heads together, and come up with some dope shit. So look for something along those lines. I'm looking forward to that. Let me see. Where we at here? What's up, David? Good morning to you. How are you, brother? Good morning. Sister Iris is in the house. Always good to see you. She writes, good morning, great people. Senator Ronald Lackey writes, good morning, choppers. Happy Friday. Tanika writes, I've been there plenty of times, Nate. Yeah, if you just tuned in, I was just sharing just my journey I without getting super deep into it, because you don't really want to hear all that shit. And I ain't looking for no sympathy or nothing like that. It's just interesting that you can always tell. Like, life will show you who's in your corner. Life will show you who really rock with you and who's fugazi, right? Life will show you. And what I've observed is that when two things, either one of these two things happen in your life, it can be a test of the people around you. One or two things. Either you have a big step forward, like you get big success, like something really good happens, you stepping up, you moving on up. You know what I'm saying? Like George and Wheezy, that's going to test the people around you. It's going to test them. Just sit back and watch. Watch and see who's a snake, who's a rat monkey snake, and who's real. It's a lot of rat monkey snakes out here. And then also the other side of that is when you have what some people perceive, and I put it that way very carefully because you never let other people judge and tell you what failure is. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you failed. If ever there was a reason to get mad about that. I don't care if it's your mama, I don't care if it's your daddy, I don't care if it's your woman, I don't care if it's your man. Don't ever let somebody tell you what failure is, because failure, the road to success is paved with failure. You're going to have to fail. So whenever you take a big step forward, or what some people perceive to be a big step back, it's going to tell you a lot about your team. It's going to tell you a lot about the people around you. Just watch. Just watch. Just watch. Watch how they act. Watch how they move. Watch what they say. Watch what they actually do. Right? Because people talk a lot of this. Man, listen, I got some stories to tell you that maybe one day I'll put it all out there. But it's some fugazi ass mofos in this city, I'm telling you. Fugazi. And be smiling in front of the cameras. Yeah, okay. Knock it off, B. But maybe another day we'll put it all out there. It's quite interesting. But, you know, the older you get in life, that's what life gives you. It's the joy of it, right? You get a chance to get wiser. And you get a chance to just... I seen a meme recently. It was so funny. And in the meme, it's hard for me to describe it actually without having to put there. But basically the meme was like, when you get older and get wise, you ain't even got to say nothing. So I spent a lot of time with my grandparents. My grandparents was like 30 years older than me, right? I went to live with my grandparents when I was like 17 and lived with them until they both passed away. And they was just salt of the earth people from the South. But looking back, I used to think that I was getting over on them. Like, I'll shoot them some bullshit about what I was doing and what my intentions was. They'd be like, oh, really? And then my grandmother go right back to Wheel of Fortune. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, they just don't know. They don't know what time it is, old timers. Man, they knew what I was doing before it came out my mouth. They knew as I was trying, because they was wise. They was in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. They was like, this Negro, go ahead and do it then. And as I get older, I'm in that phase, right? I'm like, oh, really? Okay. About all things, about all people. I mean, it's to the point now where a lot of time I don't even really say shit. I just keep it to myself. Are you at that point? I'm like, uh-huh. Oh, really? Okay, well, you go ahead and do that then. I already know. You know what I'm saying? And when you already know, it's like nothing really phases you. You know what I'm saying? It's great to be alive, isn't it? Great to be alive. Tabitha writes, thank you for offering to help others start a podcast. Giving back is good. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I'm an open book, especially to my choppers. Listen, if you like, man, I like your camera, I like your stream, and what software you're using, how do you do the music, and what do you have? Hit me with direct message. I'll tell you anything you want to know, just to help you out. But there's one caveat. You got to do the same thing for the next person. That's it. And I say that to you now because I'm going to put that behind a paywall real soon. I'm just be honest with you. So right now, get it when you can, because real soon you're going to have to come out with the dollars for it. I just have some expenses that I need to take care of. So I'm just being real with you. And I've helped a lot of people podcast. Matter of fact, I'm talking with some dudes right now to do a sports podcast. They hit me up like, Nate, I'm like, yeah, sure. Absolutely, yeah. Most def. I want you to be way, way more successful than me. Be way bigger than me. That'll be great. But when you get there, just pay it back to the next person. Don't worry about Nate. I'm good. I'm Gucci. Trust me. Deborah writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Good morning to you. Brent writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Checking in from Dallas, Texas. Well, good morning, Dallas. Good morning to Dallas.
Get to the choppers!
Get to the Choppers, man. Get to the Choppers. If you don't know what movie that's from, then shame on you. You better get hit. Good morning to you. Man, I've been up early. I've been up since like 3:30. Got it in this morning, shit on my mind. You coming in here, bud? Come on in here with no shirt on. Where's your shirt at? It's okay, man. Come on in here. You ain't got to be shy, bro. Come on in here, little man. That's why you came in here? Okay. Hit this button right there. No, the other one.
Go! Get to the chopper! Go! Get to the chopper!
Let's not hit that one again. Let's not do that again. You done? Okay. You done?
No, I'll stay with you.
You staying with me?
No, you can do your show.
You're going to stay with me and do the show with me. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. But say good morning. No, it's not going to work. Say good morning. No, say good morning. Oh, you're miming. Daddy mimes too. Daddy mimes too sometimes. Okay, this is coming to an end. I love you.
No.
Peace out.
No.
We love you. Don't make me call your mama and come get you, boy. Yeah, you already know. What you doing? You all right? All right. Hit it one more time. Okay. You can't hit them twice. You got to hit once. Hit it again, it'll stop. There it is. There it is. Now you've hit all the buttons. That's it. We love you. Yeah, that's for the fantasy file.
Go! Get to the chopper!
All right. Don't make me call your mama and come get you. I love you. That's all I got to say. Don't make me call your mama. You out. He's like, oh, Mom, I'm out of here. He'll be back. He'll be back because he came in early. He'll be back. That's Junior right there. Oh, my God. I never thought I would have kids. I never looked at myself as a kid person. I'm like, kids? I don't got no time for no kids. I'm gonna get out here and have some fun. But I'm telling you, man, they have been they are a joy, an absolute joy. I can't put it into enough words. I mean, it's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Fame Rise, Ben told y'all about the peculiar relationship between the billionaire sports hero and the non-related boy. A court gave him custody of the boy. Bizarre in any jurisdiction. What are you talking about? I know what you're talking about. Can't stop, won't stop. Absolutely. Nat Rice, trust but verify. No, that's right. Eb G's in the house. She writes, good morning, great people. Good to see you, Eb G. Crystal Rice, I love the choppers. I love the choppers as well. Shout out to Tracy because she recently posted in the Friends page, the Friends, like the Nathan Ivey Show. It's a closed Facebook group. But if you would like to join, just hit us with a request and we'll make that happen for you. But she recently posted an image of our first chopper get together that was like 3 years ago. It was before COVID. It was a year before COVID. We were out at where were we at? We were out at Park Place. Shout out to Park Place, man. My friends out at Park Place Restaurant. They do big things out there, Black owned. Yeah, the owner I'm not sure if he still listens. I haven't talked to him in a minute, but he was a big fan of the show. And we even worked together for a while promoting his venue. Great venue and family owned, good people. But we went out there. We had a great time, man. And so now I'm like, man, I like to say COVID is breaking. When COVID breaks, I promise we'll schedule another chopper get together. We will go to a Black owned establishment. There's a couple I got in mind, right? We'll go to a Black owned establishment. I'll take care of the wings. You got it. I'll take care of the wings. You take care of your drinks. I'll take care of the wings. And we'll parlay, man. We'll have a good time and connect with other face to face. I wanted to do it right around now, but humans worse than COVID. Now COVID's coming back. So I want to push it out because I want to do it safely. I don't want to have a super spreader event. I'm not into that. Okay. But I promise you that I'll take care of the wings. Get there early. I'll take care of the wings. You take care of your own drinks. And I'll secure the venue and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll have another face-to-face get-together because I had a great time, man. And I was overwhelmed with the support. You know, people came out and they're not even in a chop shop on a daily basis. You know, we got choppers that listen and never call in. The vast majority, by the way, never call in, never text. They just want to sit back and listen. They're a part of the family, and they just like the flows. They like the show. So great. It was heartwarming. It really was. A classy one writes, what do you think about the Andrew Cuomo resignation? Double standard or nah? So what would be the double standard? I'll be honest with you. I don't even have the details about all of the allegations. Like, I don't even know what the allegations are. What I will say in general is you got to be in control of your penis. Part of being a man is being in control of your penis. Listen, we all love women. All right. I love the women. I'm married, but I'm a man. I'm a man too. I'm heterosexual. Heterosexual men, we love women. I get it. But you can't do that shit when you're on the job. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. It's just some lines you just cannot cross, even if she throwing it at you. Because some of y'all do that shit. And we love it. Even if she throwing it at you. It's just certain things you can't do. And we live at a time now where morality and all that shit's out the window. You know, the vast majority of people are so caught up with what they want and what they think and what they feel that everything else goes out the window for the immediate gratification. And so, Andrew Cuomo, you're in a position of authority. If you want women, go get you some women. They just can't be at the workplace. How hard is that? But for some of these dudes, man, they like the alpha on the workplace. So being the alpha on the workplace is kind of like that opening line, right? I'm the boss. I'm a somebody here. She knows I'm a somebody, so she must want to sleep with me. Man, if you ain't gonna sit your dusty ass down, every woman don't want to sleep with you. That's number one. And then it's just some lines you just cannot cross or you should not cross. And I'm big on that. Like on the job, you might get away with it here or there, but that shit gonna catch up with you eventually. It's gonna cost you. So do you want them benefits? I'm like, Andrew Cuomo's a damn fool. You think I'm gonna give up being a governor of New York for some ussy? It's no ussy in the world that's worth that. But some of these dudes, man, is so thirsty. I gotta feel it. I want to experience it. Oh, I need it. I need it. I need it. They don't have no willpower. That's some less than a man type shit. Control your penis, man. I got a penis. I control it. You know what I'm saying? My penis don't control me. I control you. You don't control me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let them know I'm in control, not you. That's what Andrew Cuomo should have did. Run around here acting like he fucking 17 and shit. Run around trying to get his first piece. I don't have no respect for it. I don't have no respect for it because it's unnecessary, man. I'm gonna say this again. Sex is the easiest thing in the world to find. You can get sex lickety splickety lickety like that. It's super easy. There's plenty of women out here. Go on AshleyMadison.com. It's plenty of women out there. You looking for sex, you can find sex super fast, but you want to find it on the job. You damn fool. So that's what I think about Andrew Cuomo. I think he's a damn idiot. And I fully admit, just like I thought about Tavis Smiley and all these idiots that got caught up with the Me Too. You think you Tavis Smiley. You're the host of the Tavis Smiley Show. You're going to give that up because you're trying to shoot your shot at somebody that works for you. I get it. Women are beautiful. Some of them can be very irresistible. I get it. I get it. I understand completely. But damn, yo, you's a man. You got to tell like, I'm running this shit, not you. You got to do that sometime. So that's what I think about it, a classy one. What's up, brother Christian? He writes, watch them on Prime. So watch them on Prime, but also watch this brother's podcast on Mondays at 8 p.m., man. You got to check him out, The Echo Chamber. He did the podcast for a long time now. I'm very privileged to be working with him with CDM. Check out his podcast on Mondays, 8 p.m. Always an interesting, strong conversation on a multitude of things that are relevant to the world that we live in. Check him out Mondays, 8 p.m. right here on CDM from our Facebook page. And then find him on YouTube as well. All right. And hit him with a subscription, hit him with a follow, and tap into what the brother has to say and what he's doing. You said watch them on Prime. Them. Let me look that up real quick. I think I've seen that before. Them on Prime. Hold on, give me 1 second. Y'all watch some of this, man. Yeah, people said this was like black trauma porn. That's what they said. I watched it, Christian, and I'll be honest with you, I liked it. The sister, the wife, easy on the eyes. I like the family. I mean, I'm a father, black family, whole nine, so I identified with that. There were parts of it that got hard because it was like the neighbors was always at their throats, always at their damn throats, and I told myself I was gonna circle back around and check it out again. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up. I'm gonna tell you, Donnie B, she does a segment called What I'm Watching. She be watching everything, some really good shit. I've got some good ideas from her. Hold on 1 second. She does it at the beginning of each and every show, and you should check it out. Hold on, let me put it up on the screen. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I've seen this before, Christian, and I watched maybe 5 episodes. Like I said, the wife is easy on the eyes. She real easy on the eyes. That's fucking blurry, but she's real easy on the eyes. And I just identify with the family. You know, I got 2 children, black woman, all that kind of shit. And these white folks in the neighborhood, these Karens and Darrens, man, these old school Karens and Darrens, back when they had more power, you know, when they was closer to Rosewood, right? That kind of shit. Man, these folks acting up. But that mentality persists to this very day, quite honestly. It really does. It's sad. Can we just live? God damn. Okay, we taking over. U.S. Census says the U.S. is diversifying. The white population is shrinking. That's y'all fault. That's not on us. Don't take that shit out on us. Yeah. So there's a lot of implications from this. Like politically, part of the implication is if you're a national politician, then or a politician on the national stage, this could shift your strategy depending on where you live in terms of do you want to focus on the white rural vote? That white rural vote is shrinking, is dwindling in its importance and its significance. How's it going to impact future elections? Well, we'll have to put our political scientist lens on and just kind of, check it out for ourselves. But yes, the United States is diversifying, right? Remember when Barack Obama was in office? That's all people could talk about was the browning of America. We're becoming more black and brown. Ooh, the Karens and Darrens is all in their feelings about this shit. That's on y'all, man. That's on y'all. You better go talk to your geneticist or something. Don't blame that shit on us. I'm just saying. No racial or ethnic group dominates for those under 18, and white people decline in numbers for the first time on record in the overall U.S. population as the Hispanic and Asian populations boomed in the past decade. Now, stop right there. Full stop. Listen, I know it's a lot of people out there on that black isolation shit, right? All we gonna do is work with us. That is a losing strategy. You know me, I'm all about working together. I don't care if they white, I don't care if they're Hispanic, I don't care if they're Asian. Let's not focus on where we disagree. Let's focus on where we agree. And black folks, we're gonna have to reckon with this because there's a lot of very smart, intelligent black folks that's on some black isolation shit. They want to create black silos, and we need that. But where we can work with our Hispanic and Asian brothers and sisters, we need to be doing that. Let's not focus on what we disagree on, because there's plenty of that. Let's focus on where we agree so we can get to a brighter day together in this country. Can I get hit here on that? The figures were released just yesterday, and they're providing the most detailed look at where this country is going since 2010. They do the census every 10 years. It takes about a year for them to process it. Typically, the year after that, which was in 2020, now since 2021, we start to look at the data. Now the data is coming in. Things is different. The data is also going to shape how the money's going to be distributed. We're talking about $1.5 trillion from the federal government. Where's the money going? We'll find out. That's why that census is so important. It's so important. People run around talking, I don't want to be on the grid, and got a damn cell phone in your pocket. Got a cell phone in your pocket, airplane mode is off, and you always got the damn Wi-Fi on. Talking about, I don't want them to know where I am. Meanwhile, someone's at the CIA like, I know exactly where he is. Triangulation, he's there. We got him. Nobody's off the grid these days if you got one of these, you on the grid, period. Oh, I'm going to turn mine off at night. You can't never turn this off, just so you know that. This is never off. Even when it's off, the phone company can turn it on. They can monitor. They can listen. They can turn your camera on remotely. Did you know that? This is never off. If you got one of these, your ass is on the grid. You's on the grid. The wifey is quite hilarious. See, I'm not going to show the people how you acting out here, so you can maintain your professionalism. I'm going to say it again. No one man should have all this fun. I'm telling you, I'm a very blessed man. What can I say? God's liking me right now. He's smiling on me like, you know what? Oh, I'm gonna send Nate some rays. I'm gonna take them. But back to what I was saying, we talking about the U.S. Census. Yeah, we getting brown. We're getting more diverse. Put it that way. And the white population is shrinking. Now, the other part about that is get ready. Get ready, my friends. This is why we saw Charlestown. This is the reason why, we saw the Tea Party during the Obama years. This is the reason why there was an insurrection on January 6th. It's because some white people, not all white people, some white people is in their fear bag right now. Oh, they gonna outnumber us. Oh, they gonna do to us what we did to them. Oh, Lordy, where's my gun, right? You're gonna see even more severe reactions from some of these white extremist groups. And they're gonna dress it up in a whole bunch of dumb shit. They're going after immigrants and it's but really what it is they feel like they're losing their country. And you are, kinda. We ain't there yet. Wait until the non-whites really take over. Yes, we taking over. Wait until the non-whites really take over. Y'all really gonna be in y'all fear bag then. I can't wait. I hope I live for it. Fun in the near future. Fun in the near future. We gonna flip the paradigm on your ass. These Karens and Darrens really gonna be in they bag then, boy. Woo! Get ready, family. Get ready. That's why they changing all these laws about stand your ground and all this kind of shit. The root of it all, because they like to dress it up with all this dumb shit. The root of it all is America's changing, and they don't like it. They want to turn the hands back to the plantation day. We ain't going back there, yo. We ain't never going back there. So get ready. You better go talk to your geneticist and figure out what's going on with them genes. Don't get mad at the non-whites. Do what you got to do. You better figure it out. Go figure it out. Mofos blowing up federal buildings and all this kind of shit. Just watch it, man. I'm telling you. When I see this makes me fearful a little bit, because when people are afraid, they'll do anything. That's when all the crazy shit happens. When people are afraid, that's when the crazy shit happens. When you back somebody into a corner, that's when the knives come out. The knives are going to come out. Watch. Keep watching. You see, I listen and watch a few podcasts because I'm trying to learn and participate. There is room for more, less organized. Oh, absolutely. More is more. Absolutely, man. I say it again. I love podcasting. I love live streaming. I prefer what I'm doing now as to being in commercial radio. I completely understand that a commercial radio platform is much larger. I get it. But that's not everything. There's just so many more superlatives for a person like myself. I love it. I love all of it. I love that there's just so many media platforms out there. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, you had NBC, ABC, CBS. That shit was boring as hell. They had a complete monopoly on voices and who got out there. Old school radio. If you wanted to do old school radio, you had to work for some big time radio corporation. You ain't got to do that no more. You don't have to do that anymore. And I love it. I love it. We's just getting started. Jerome writes, if you really want to know who is in your corner, open a business. It will blow your mind. Well, I already have. And you're right. Like I said, I mean, there are some things that shock me both sides. Like, I'm like, damn. Not that you take anybody's support for granted, right? I don't do that. I take nobody for granted. And I don't judge any books by their cover, ever. But sometimes, when you have relationship with people, you think, okay, this person might come through. Motherfuckers don't come through. Then on the other side, you just mind your own business, and people that you didn't even know, I keep saying this, that you just blows your mind. You had no idea. And they'll come out of nowhere and be like, dun, 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 and offer a line of support. You just got to take it as it comes, man, but also just sit back and watch it. Dun, 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 dun. That's like a superhero kind of thing, right? And I'll use that as a segue to talk about the first OMG story that's kind of on my mind this morning. Let me put the screen, there it is. Let me put that back up here this morning. We're going to start with this box here at the bottom left. That's Robin from Batman and Robin. Hold on one second. I'm getting a text message. Oh, it's my people at K&G. They send me a message every Friday like, we got a clearance. 15% off, two for one specials. I love it. But anyway, so that bottom left corner right there, let's talk about that story first. So there's a brand, it's been confirmed, not that this was ever on your radar screen or you gave a damn, that Robin from the very famous dynamic duo Batman and Robin, how many people were a Batman fan? You almost had to be, right? Batman has some moments though. Batman was dope. Batman's superpower was that he's rich. Anybody see that Snyder cut, director's cut of the Justice League? That shit is dope. There's some parts in there you can flash forward through, but they did a good job with that. And it's much better than the original. If you watch the original, it is night and day. It ain't even close. But anyway, so Batman's famous sidekick is Robin, right? And in a new comic book series, Batman comes out as LGBTQ. Robin comes out as LGBTQ. Now, as I understand it, because I haven't read the comic strip, and shout out to comics because I love comics. I got some comics. I used to collect comics, man. I loved it. Matter of fact, I got some comics. There it is. I'm trying to somewhere over there. It was a little weird, right? Anyway, but I used to collect comics, and then later in my comic collecting, I stopped since. I tell the wifey all the time, I'm gonna go back and get all my Black Panthers and all that kind of shit just for nostalgia's sake. But I started to collect Black superheroes in particular. You can't see it because it's blurred out a little bit, but that is the first edition of a limited edition of a Black superhero comic strip titled Strike. It wasn't done by DC or Marvel. I forget who the comic book distributor was, but I started to collect those kind of things because I was a little Black boy and I wanted to see Black superheroes, right? So I'm all into it, man. I'm 100%. They say nerd. If you want to call that, I'm 100% a nerd. Loved it. 100% embrace it. Still am. I love all that kind of shit. And if you don't like it and appreciate it, simple as that. But anyway, so yeah, I used to watch Batman and all that kind of stuff. It was dope. I'll say it again. Batman's superhero powers he was rich as hell. He was like a billionaire, which is commentary on America, on the world we live in. But in the latest issue of Batman Urban Legends, they've got a very interesting, what some people are calling a very interesting storyline in which Robin, his sidekick, has come out now as bisexual. Apparently he dates men and women. And, some people are going to look at this and say, you know what? It's that gay agenda. It's that gay agenda. And my question is, as a comic book collector, it doesn't bother me. That's the storyline they want to have. They should have the storyline. There's a lot of LGBTQ folks that are in the comic books. So now they've got some characters to identify with. I get it, but really, yo? Really? So now it's official. Now we don't have to debate it no more. Robin is bi. There it is. Where you at, Fame? There it is. We ain't got to debate no more. It's true. It's true. Let me see. Crystal writes, it's Friday the 13th. I know. Look at that. You hear that? I come prepared. Yes, that's the Friday 13th music. Or at least the closest I could get to it. Just one more time. Yeah, Friday the 13th. I stopped being superstitious a long time ago. Hell, I might play the lottery today and shit. You know what I'm saying? I stopped being superstitious a long time ago. I don't believe no superstitions. I believe in what you do creates your outcomes, period. You know what I'm saying? I ain't giving into it. Are you superstitious? I'm not. Tabitha writes, I don't understand why Cincinnati having these parties in the park and parties in the stadium, but they are not saying nothing about the super spreader. Shaking my head. Good point. Sustained, sis. Sustained. Judge Ivey says sustained. These super spreader events. I don't get it. But let me go back to the phones or to the phones for the first time this morning and say good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Nathan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Fame, good morning to you.
Yeah, that's all you got is, oh, so there you have it, Fame. Can't say, yeah, you was right, like always.
No.
We are enriched and ennobled by having your phone calls and presence on my damn show.
Well, we are enriched and ennobled by having you on the call, but you're not. What were you right about? You said that Batman was a pedophile. That's not what the comic strip said.
Pedophile, he's living with a boy. I didn't want to say, gay. Yeah, but he's a pedophile who, raping a young boy.
That's not in the strip, though, Fame.
They can't come out and say that. But that's what it is, clearly. There's no need for a single billionaire with no children to be awarded custody of an unrelated boy.
It's a comic
It makes
strip.
no sense. It makes no sense. That's why it's a DC comic. Way the fuck out there. Makes no sense. Like the baddest man in the world comes from a whole nother planet. Their comics make no sense. And this is another one. It makes no sense. This is a pedophilia gay fantasy. Batman done turned the boy out. And you couldn't just humble yourself and say, God dang, Fame was right yet again.
Because you're not.
Why couldn't you do that?
Because you're not right.
How am I not? How am I not? I even told you, I said, I ain't even passing this off as profound thought. It's right in front of your face. Why don't you humble yourself and just say, damn?
Because it's not true, bro.
He did it again.
I mean,
okay.
Again, if it comes out in the comics, then I'll come back and say Fame was right. But you're just filling in the gaps right now.
So what you saying? Batman just went and scooped up a little gay little boy? Made him wear short shorts and high tops with no socks? Tight ass shirt?
Well, Batman's got a tight ass suit on. It's called a superhero outfit. It's a costume. That's it.
I mean, you and your friends hang around. You and your male friends hang around in tight ass suits. That's like Angela Rye being gay. That's like Angela Rye being gay, doing that karaoke with nothing but women in the room. All of them got their feet out, got their shoes off. Man, you've heard about these Hollywood romances. They're arranged. The two people go to the same town, but they stay in different hotels. They just meet up at the event. And yes, it is that gay agenda that they're, pushing on us. Black folks love Batman. Hopefully, this will wake y'all black asses up and stop loving dude. Like I told you. What was that about a month ago, month and a half ago? I wasn't even trying to pass it off as profound thought. And then I go do some more research and realize they've been saying that for 10 years. That Saturday Night Live was based on them.
The ambiguously gay duo?
Yes. They be saving people, slapping each other on their ass after they do it. You know what I'm saying?
They did.
You know what I'm saying? Letting white stuff hit them in the face. It's a very weird cartoon on Saturday Night Live. It's been on for a while. Probably 10, 15 years. They may run it maybe 3 times a season. But it's funny. Because it's clearly based on Batman and Robin. And I tried to tell you this. I want an apology.
From who?
From you. I want an apology.
I'm sorry.
I want you to say, damn. I want you to say, hot damn. Fame was right. But like I already told you, Choppers, I've got the best damn callers in the area. And Fame is one of them. Come on, let me hear you say it.
Well, I do have the best damn callers in the area.
3.
And Fame is one of them. I can give you that.
You want to be difficult this morning, I see.
No, I'm keeping it real.
That's fine. No, you just want to be difficult. That's fine, B. It's fine. I didn't expect you to apologize. I didn't expect it.
Right.
You ain't got that type of humility within you. You're walking around, you know, your son's only 6, you're already teaching him to walk around with his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? And flex for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he probably had just done push-ups.
He did.
Come on in here, son.
He did.
Yeah, see. Yeah, did you see the story about the damn, first of all, when did I-75 become the place to get shot on? Like, when did that become the highway to get shot at on in Cincinnati? Everybody's getting shot on I-75 all of a sudden now. Another person yesterday was shot there, 75 North, near the Hopple exit. I'm sure you heard about that story.
I did.
Yeah. You know, I just find it bizarre that there's so many shootings happening on the expressway anymore now. You know, very scary because you could be riding through and, you know, wonder why somebody's speeding and then see flashbangs come from the car. Like, oh, stop. You know, and one of them might, you know, come back at you. You know, you could be an innocent bystander, if you will. You know, it's getting very disturbing out here in these streets. Yeah, but did you hear the story about the bus driver, about the bus that got stolen?
Right. Lincoln Heights.
Yeah, in Lincoln Heights, and it got driven to Mason. Did they ever release that person's mugshot or name?
I haven't seen it, no.
Because I didn't see it. Yeah, I did not see it at all. I'm beginning to have questions about that person's ethnicity. Oh, but this is the thing we need to talk about today as well. That football player from Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy, he got his rape charge dropped. Did you see that?
No,
yeah, he's a football player, so he's about to be a senior. He's already committed to college for next year, and he got his rape charge dropped somehow. I mean, totally dismissed. Joe Dieter said, yeah, we had some new information come through. What? What information came through that made you drop a whole rape charge?
Well, you sound like
it
that's
sounds
impossible.
Like I didn't say it wasn't impossible, but the thing is, if you listen to what's already been presented, it clearly shows this is an aggressive kid when it comes to whoever this girl was. He was always aggressive with her in his behavior with her, throwing her back down on the ground. She one time ran out of the house and ran out of her own house and hid in her car. You know, so he would leave. Things like that. So it's like, what information came through that made you drop the case? What, some information that the check they sent cleared to your campaign?
I tell you, I take it back. I did hear about it. There was one quote from Joe Dieters that stuck out to me. He said something, and I'm paraphrasing loosely. He said something like,
we're not to go out and just get conviction.
Yeah, he said we have an ethical obligation to only proceed on cases where we have a high likelihood of success. And I thought, wait a minute, that don't sound right.
That's what I'm saying, B.
That don't sound right.
The man owned Twitter for 3 days when he charged Ray Tenzing with murder. He was like the star of Twitter for like 3 days. Everybody was loving him. Even Pale Robeson was loving him. Angela Rye, Pale Robeson, they was all loving him.
Pale Robeson. And then, you are so wrong for that.
Yeah. Man. Sean King, what name you like for him? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
I think I like Pale Robeson.
Huh?
I think I like Pale Robeson. It's intelligent.
Snow J. Simpson?
Snow J. Simpson.
I mean, he done scammed the people out of $845,000, bought a house in New Jersey, very nice neighborhood in Bergen County. Now he's asking for help to moving out because of security risk.
Right.
It's like, damn, bro.
Somebody put his address out there. Might have been you.
Well, that's what because I didn't really know his wife's name to do that. That's what they found out. He bought the house in his wife's name, trying to be slick or whatever. And then, so everybody fronted on him. The people, who heavy into that, public records and whatnot, they put him out there. And now he wants to move. He's asking people for help again. It's like, dude, you're going to start, in a minute, you're going to start asking people for help to buy your kids Jordans. They want the special limited edition ones. This dude's an asshole.
Space Jam 2 Jordans?
Yeah. Space Jam 2 Jordans or LeBrons or whatever. This guy's an ass, man. Every time you look up, he's asking broke people for money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's gotten, since 2013, 14, it's clearly jumped the shark at this point with him. It's like, you need to go away, son. But hey, that's all I got, B. I just wanted you to apologize for the Batman stuff, because I've been telling you about that. But hey, it is what it is. It's been real. I had tons of fun, and we'll talk again next week, B. Ow!
We leveling up. Appreciate the call. Nah, man, I ain't apologizing for shit yet. Let's wait and see. I'm with Tabitha. She wrote, and I read this already, that she doesn't understand why Cincinnati keeps having these parties in the park and parties at the stadium, and basically Hamilton County's in the red again. Tracy writes, hi. Brent writes, Grand Risings family. Good morning, everybody. We have a break coming up. A word from our sponsor. Again, today's show is brought to us and brought to you by my friends over at renewcommunitychurch.org. They got a brand new series that is designed to inspire you. And Zaya is designed to help you live your best life. So let's get a word in from our sponsor, and then we'll be right back.
The words for today are attract better relationships. It takes 60 seconds for the universe, through the invisible law of attraction, to be fully activated in your life. God's invisible law of attraction is available to you today because you are just 60 seconds away from attracting better relationships. Take the next 60 seconds and attract better relationships by telling a relationship story for 60 seconds, 3 times a day for 21 days. Why 21 days? Because that's how long it takes to change your life. Now say this relationship story out loud 3 times a day. It is my divine and human right to attract new, wonderful, and dynamic relationships today. I am attracting and allowing new and exciting people in my life. I am a blessing to all of my family and my friends. For a free ebook, visit renewcommunitychurch.org.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how. Rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. We time, you, I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. Don't need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good girl. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how. Rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, We've been dancing all night long.
Quick break. Hopefully that was painless. Welcome back. Remember, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. So if you want to live on your own little island of paradise as you see in that image, then create it. Go make it. Good morning to you. Welcome back to the last honest place in America, brought to you by the good folks at CDM. And also my Patreon page, Patreon/Nathan Ivey EY. If you would like to become a Patreon and support this channel and support this platform and support this show, I would appreciate it. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning. We back, y'all. We back. Let me throw my number up to the screen, and perhaps someone might want to give us a call. We just talked to Fame this morning. He's always welcome. I do have the best, most interesting callers. And I'm the only talk show host where his family is a part of the show, as you can see with my son right here. And as you can see, my son feels quite comfortable being on the show now. Before he was all shy.
I was not shy.
This is what it means to have a 6-year-old. Hello, daughter. Don't knock him out. Come on in, daughter. Say good morning. You might as well say good morning as well. Love you too. Yeah, he was all shy at first. Like, now he just does what the hell he wants to do. Yes, he got that from his summer camp yesterday. They had like circus day. And they made balloon swords. So when your 6-year-old comes home with a balloon sword, what do you think he's going to do with it? That's right. He's going to hit you in the face with it. I just roll with the punches, y'all. I just roll with the punches. I'm like water. That's how you get through it. You go through it. You don't try to go around it. You just go. You have to embrace it and go through it. So I got a 16-year-old. She on her way out. She's talking about, I can't wait till I get 18. She in that mode. When I get 18, I was looking at her like, oh, really? You moving out? Okay. She going to be with us for about till she, I don't know, because girls is different. And then some people is just highly motivated. Now, we good folks. You know, she got a good life with us. Like I said, she got a Cosby Kid type life. She good. Talking about she can't wait to get grown. I keep looking at her like, I can't either. And then on the other end of the pendulum, I got a 6-year-old. So, yeah, I'm in it for a while. About another 12 years, I'm in it. But it's good times, though. It's good times, man. That's what life is all about. Tabitha Rice, I see the muscles, little chopper. Please, I'm glad he's not in earshot. He don't need to hear that. This boy he's got a tablet like all kids do. Somehow he connected the tablet to the family TV in the living room. And so it's like on the screenshot. So I'm sitting there just chilling one day and I look up, my son's like flexing in the mirror. And I'm like, what the hell? Or in his tablet. Oh my gosh. Doing push-ups, little 6-year-old push-ups. He ain't even doing no real push-up, but don't tell him. Don't tell him. A lot of well wishes to Junior. He is sunshine. That's what life is all about. Hey, what's up, Aaliyah? Aaliyah, good to see you. Good morning to you. Gladys is in the house. Good morning, Gladys. She writes, people are doing that all the time. Junior in training, yeah. Either one of them or both are going to go into media, no doubt about it, because they listen to their dad every day for the last year and a half, and they're like, it's just in them now. We'll see what happens. He is going to be in the media business. I ain't even seen this before. You're right. I would not be surprised. I'm going to push him and help him too. You know, I already know it. Lisa writes, it just turned into the gun show. Good morning, young man. It did. Aaliyah writes, he is going to take your job. He can have it. I'll say it again. Whatever I don't accomplish, as I die, I'm going to just work. Christian writes, Nate, are you what exactly? Good morning, Junior. Tabitha writes, I know, but it's people like me that's trying to learn. Can you help? Oh, absolutely. Christian writes, are you using the Rodecaster Pro? Yes, I am. Jerica writes, he pays daddy no attention, but if mommy comes, yeah, he don't pay me no attention. That's because daddy's nice to him. He thinks I won't like jump out of this mode and jump into daddy in that ass, but he just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to be nice and I call his mama. And that's all I got to do. Cause boy, what I tell you, bothering your daddy, right? But I'll let him think that. He can think that for now, but I'll snatch his ass up in front of y'all and what you think in a second, in a heartbeat. Say what you gonna say. That's my son. But I'll let him think that. Makes for a good show. John writes, good morning. John is in the house. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Nathan Ivey and the good people of Cincinnati, as well as the good people around the world. And yes, those choppers. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Before we get to the outcry of the voting systems, and you're talking about your children, enjoy the moment for now, Nathan, because they grow up fast and they take off. You and your wife eventually have to break the shoestrings and let them fly. My mother used to always say, teach one, learn one. The ground that you and your wife plant is the way they're going to go, be it media or whatever direction they may go. But, enjoy the moment because it goes by real, real fast. I'll leave it like that. As we sit back and look at the outcry with the Democrats and the Republicans on how to steal the election, Republicans mainly, from stealing the election between now and next year with the midterm elections, and 3 years from now, the major election coming up. Republicans are setting the path from Texas to Florida across the country and looking at the states that Trump lost and getting that playlist and play game from, yes, the mobster and former chief Donald Trump. But we'll see how, from all indications, from what I can see, they may win too. But so much the Democrats can do state by state. But Biden is still the president. The best he can do is try to overturn some of these things. And as you look at, I'll give you an example. Florida governor, the mobster. You guys can take this guy. This guy's on his way out. I think the people want to get him out of here. He's a buffoon. He flip-flops like a pancake. He thinks he can take his play notes from Trump. But people are fed up with him down here. This guy's a mobster. But his ultimate goal, is to try to run for president at 24. But I don't think he's going to win. He won't get a job as a dog catcher. We'll see how that plays out. But if you look at his echo and words, to give you another example, if we use the scenario of the kids going back to school. Now, Nathan Ivey, you heard me say many times, I don't think these kids should go back to school. I think online with all the technology, with all the resources, if I had kids, my kid would not be going back to school and they'd be doing online studies. It's simple. If you got internet connection or if you can connect with the school superintendent, the teacher can easily email or via classroom studies, Zoom. It's the technology is there. It's not a problem. So with this virus taking off like wildfires again, Delta, and then 2 other strands that they don't talk too much about. Why would you risk anybody with parents? Why would you risk the lives of your child in school? It's insane. I don't understand it. My mother used to always say, God gave you common sense. She was talking to me and my brothers and sisters when we were young. I control this house, not your principal, not your teacher, or whoever you talk to. I control this house. But if I gave you common sense and I taught you to use your brains, then use it. So, her words are true back then as it is true today. Common sense. For all you nayhays out there that don't want to get the virus, the shots, well, that's your choice. But you see the numbers taking off. You see some of those Republicans that, oh, I don't want to get those. Well, they're flipping, just like this so called governor, flipping like a pancake. 1 minute, any school system that deny masks of these kids that refuses to put, I'm going to take your monies from you. Well, now he's flipping the other way now because the outcry is coming at him. So, I know I'm jumping around all over the place, but I hope you can follow me, choppers. This virus is serious and you have to take it very, very serious. Now, it's your choice. Once again, common sense. It's your choice if you don't want to take those shots. But anybody that allow their kids to go to school with those masks on, those masks will be on their face for a hot 5 minutes. Once those kids start ripping and running, those masks go flying all over the place. And they're going to get affected and they're going to come home and pass it to you and your loved ones and the elderly people and so on and so on. No, virtual reality is there and if the technology is there, your kids should learn at home. And what Biden needs to do, if you want to get it under control, shut it down. Just shut the damn thing down. It's common sense, something that stupid Trump should have done and he didn't do. But that's going to play out if Trump is going to get locked up or not, and we'll see how that goes. Your comments, Mr. Nathan Ivey.
I don't have any comments, man, other than how you been, John. It's been a minute. I was just thinking about you this morning, man. So it's ironic that you gave us a call. How have you been?
Well, I've been working hard. That's why I haven't had the time to call in, finished up the book, but I'm not probably going to release it until late this year or early next year because of the fact another project I'm working on. And I'll give you a little tip and I'll talk to you about it later, but I'll give the audience a little tick. It's called Sankofa African American 3D Museum. Yes, choppers. At the comfort of your house, in school, around the world, no matter where you're at, you click on this link and I take you to a African American 3D museum, 4 levels, a complete building. It'll be like you're going to a museum. And yes, it will be like a museum, but it'll be virtual reality on the internet. The comfort of your house doesn't cost you a dime. We're going to link it to schools, K through 12, colleges, universities, historic societies, libraries. It'll be the first of its kind around the world. I've searched, nobody has it. I put a lot of time and work into it. We will be launching later on this year and late in the fall, and I'll let you know, Nathan Ivey, so we can get the word out. We have a whole plan behind it. I think it's going to be a hit and we'll see where it goes. And I say that because of the fact that in Biden's infrastructure is internet connections. Anybody in their common sense with their minds, if you have the technology and capable of creating an internet structure, in that bill is the internet connections to put it in schools, colleges, communities that don't have internet. And yes, I'm going to go after part of that too. I can't tell you how I'm going to do that, but I know how I'm going to do it. So that's what I've been working on. That's why I haven't had the time to call in. And I had a hot minute while I'm working to listen to you because I noticed you were off for a while. I said he's taking a vacation or something.
No, Facebook was effing with me.
Why are they messing with you?
I don't know. We back now, though. That's all that matters.
Well, Facebook has these policies, and sometimes they don't even follow their own damn policies, and they feel they can knock off who they want to knock off.
Oh, they can.
Or they can control. And yes, it's within their policies.
Yeah.
But not until, I'll say this to you, Mr. Nathan Ivey. Once the government comes after them, they tend to back off a little bit, all of them, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. I don't follow Facebook. Facebook is a joke to me. But once again, public choppers, go to purehistory.org, Pure history.org. That's what you should be looking at instead of looking at a stupid Facebook system that teaches you nothing and a waste of your time. Oh, Facebook is going to take off. But this Sankofa African American 3D Museum, better know the title page is up now. SAA 3D m.org. Just the page up, give it about a month or two, and we'll be launching the page, but you won't see the museum until later this year. That's what I've been doing
All right, John.
lately.
All right. All right, brother. Good to hear from you.
Thank you for the plug, sir.
Yeah, most deaf. That's John checking in. John's a good brother, man. It's a very smart, intelligent brother right there. He's a published author. John does big things. He just don't believe in voting, and he loves the mommies. He loves the women's. He loves the women's. Hold on here. There's something I need to. Speaking of plug, there's something that I need to plug this morning as well. There's an upcoming opportunity in the city of Cincinnati, and I want to make sure I plug it on today's show. I wasn't on yesterday, so I want to make sure we put it out there today. Let me see here. See. It's on the 17th. It's a digital event. Okay. It's a digital event to support and center Black women who are interested in serving on civic boards and commissions. Women in leadership make a difference. Diverse boards use better government practices and make better decisions. And there's a panel of exceptional Black women who are going to share their experiences. The panelists include City Council member Jan Michelle Lemon Kearney, State Representative Catherine Ingram, and Commissioner President Stephanie Summerall Dumas. The purpose of the panel is to create a conversation about the experiences of Black women serving in elected roles. During the discussion, the moderator will ask questions to the panelists about their experiences, obstacles, and perspectives. It's titled Appointed Presents Black Women in Civic Leadership. Hold on a second. I want to share this link with you as well, and you can check it out for yourself. Hold on, let me put the link in here, and you can check it out. This is a virtual event. It is virtual. As I understand it, they were thinking about doing it in person, but then humans worse than COVID struck again. And so now we're in the red everywhere. Let me share this link with you because you might be interested in this. And if you're interested, I want you to check it out. So I'm gonna put the link in the description in the chop shop this morning. And boom, you can check it out. So you should get that on Facebook and YouTube. Let me jump over to my choppers and say good morning. Sharp writes TGIF, Nate in the choppers. Ray writes good risings all. Brenda writes happy Friday. I said that earlier, but it was early in the show, so worth saying it again. Ashley writes, good morning, Nathan and Choppers. Happy Friday. We made it. We did. Ray's in the house. She writes, in my opinion, they care nothing about the children. They are a hot commodity. Everything runs around the schooling system, the food, the book companies, the busing system, the paper companies, property taxes, budgets, so many things. I'm with you. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So I want to make sure I put that out. I put a link in the Chop Shop or in Facebook and YouTube, and hopefully you can get it and you can check it out. It's called Appointed Presents Black Women in Civic Leadership. It's going to be a virtual event. I just named to you, the people who will be a part of the panel, and you can check it out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Anything that supports our community, I'm with it 100%. 100%. Callie writes, them was too much for me. 4 episodes was enough. I felt the same. I said Callie. Kelly is what I should have said. Yeah, Kelly, I felt the same way. I'm not going to call it trauma porn, but that's what I read. Some people were calling it, but it's a bit of a rough ride depending on where you are and how sensitive you are to some things. It just seemed like the couple, that family was under constant assault. And I'll be honest with you, I felt a little bit some kind of way like maybe I should be watching this because this is real life. This is what our people had to go through. Maybe I should watch this. It's a fictionalized, version of real life events. And if you've never seen it, I would recommend you check it out. Even if you only get 3 or 4 episodes in, it's interesting. It's very interesting. And then when you juxtapose or compare that to real life Karens and Darrens, it just gives you, it's chilling. It's just so relevant and real. And it was a lot. It was a lot. But I want to circle back and check that out, though. I want to circle back and check that out. It's worth my time. Let me talk about what I plan to talk about here. Let me circle back around. So I got 4 OMG stories that I want to talk with you about this morning. I've already talked about the one on the bottom left. In the new DC comic strip, it's a new Batman series. Robin comes out as bisexual. And some people are saying it's another example of the gay agenda. Let's move on here. Let's first take a phone call here. Got a call coming in. Your calls are my priority. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Brother Nate. How you doing? This is Senator Lackey calling.
What's up, Senator Lackey? Good morning to you, brother. I'm doing well. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. I wanted to call first that showed them. I think I was right around you. I think I got to like the 4th or the 5th episode. That cats in the bag scene. After that one, I couldn't do it anymore. And that was the breaking point for me personally. I might circle back, but I highly, highly doubt it. But I do recommend that people at least watch, the first 2 or 3 episodes if they haven't.
Right.
And on Wednesday, after I called, Drop came in and he called, and it was an extensive conversation that y'all had. But he asked me directly why I was concerned with the California gubernatorial race and why I was concerned with Jesse Lee Peterson and Larry Elder. I'll answer his question directly. If it's okay for you, Drop, to call and talk about Cincinnati local politics, it should be okay for me to speak on California politics. So if it's not okay for me, then maybe you shouldn't be speaking on Kelly Prather and all the other people here in Cincinnati. But I do think that we both should be able to speak on both. And the California gubernatorial race is important because it's going to affect the rest of the United States. If California had a red governor, it's going to change the landscape of things. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I just don't think it should be Larry Elder. A guy that thinks the minimum wage should be $0 is not somebody that I think is fit for office. Somebody who only is a talk show personality who cannot present any policies that he has should not be the governor of California. He's running because of the climate. He's going to try to rally all of the Republicans that are in California who are upset, and he's going to try to ride that wave. And it's very, very possible for him to do that. But I don't think that he'll succeed because he and Jesse Lee Peterson are very, very dangerous in what they quote unquote teach. They're not black teachers. They're not educating young black men. They're miseducating young black men. And we've all been in schools where we had teachers that we knew we were smarter than. We've all been in schools where we had teachers that were presenting material that we questioned because we knew it was questionable. That's what Jesse Lee Peterson does. He says racism doesn't exist. There's no such thing as sexism. He says none of those things exist. And we have in common sense, we know that that's not true. We know that America is a racist country and it was built on racism. And racism is woven into the fabric of this country. So for Drop to justify and defend somebody saying racism and sexism don't exist, I'm still confused on that. So I want to know, I know Drop's going to call in. I just really want to get into a deeper conversation, or he can kind of touch a little bit more on why he has such an adoration for Larry Elder and for Jesse Lee Peterson. 2 guys that don't necessarily give back to the community. They just stand on the other side of it and they just ridicule us. And I'm not okay with it.
All right. Anything else, brother?
That's it. Have a good weekend.
You too, man. That's Senator Ron Lackey. I'm going to catch up with him too. So, we're just moving into that season. It's political season. And so it's just time to start talking about and talking with, in particular, these candidates. And I know Donnie, the Is It Just Me podcast, Fridays at 12:30 p.m. She's going to start talking with school board candidates and mayoral candidates and Cincinnati city council candidates. I'm going to start moving in that direction as well. I know the Cincinnati NAACP, they just did the Truth to Power podcast on Wednesday. They're going to start setting up their forums. They always do an excellent job every single year of putting information out there in terms of the forums. And We haven't talked about whether I'm going to moderate any of them. When that gets confirmed, I'll let you know. You already know I'm fearless and tearless. You know what I'm saying? With the follow-ups, don't come to the forum on some dumb shit. And make sure you do your homework, because I'm going to take it personally. I take that personally when people come to the NAACP forum talking about they don't know. Talking about, I'll have to wait until I get into the office. That's just not going to go well if I'm the moderator. I'm going to call you out on that shit. So bring your A game when you come talk with the black folks. We deserve that, okay? And take it any way you want to take it. But let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Ivey. This is your West Side connection, the most hated and sometimes the most loved member of the Nathan Ivey Show, Chop Shop, Top Squad 52, also known as the Black Not Democrat. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing, sir?
Boy, my track record continues to just grow. I done triggered another member of the Chop Shop. First, it was Glenn from Mason. We was all on Spreaker. Then Nathan Ivey Show switched over to YouTube. And then I triggered Donita. I'm just playing with you, girl. And now I have officially triggered a possible state senator, Mr. Ronald Lackey. I love it, Mr. Lackey. I appreciate you fact-checking me, asking questions about me, wanting to know what I think. I love it, Mr. Lackey. So, first of all, Mr. Lackey, let me correct a few things. First of all, out here in California, it is not just a gubernatorial election. It is a recall, sir. A recall of a Democrat governor in a blue Democrat state, sir. So that's what the issue is. And about Larry Elder running to be the replacement of the disgraceful and possibly recalled governor, Gavin Newsom, it is because that's what our politics is designed for the average citizen, businessman, private citizen, whoever, to run for public office. That is what it is designed for. It was not designed for professional politicians like we have running all through Washington, D.C. Now, again, what these two men speak about, you talked about Jesse Lee Peterson and Larry Elder and what they talk about on their syndicated radio shows. Now, again, this is America, baby, freedom of speech. And nobody is forcing people to listen to Larry Elder or Jesse Lee Peterson. So the fact that Senator or future Senator Ronald Lackey is upset that these two men get a platform, maybe it's because they're reaching some of these young black folks, okay? Young black people who are questioning the democratic process, and they're questioning, why do all black people or the majority of black people only vote for one party? It doesn't make any sense. So again, Mr. Lackey, I just want to clear that up, but that's not why I called Mr. Ivey. The reason I called, sir, because there's trouble brewing within the House Democratic caucus. Nancy Pelosi on Wednesday, she held firm, Mr. Ivey, and she said they will not take up the Senate-passed bipartisan infrastructure bill in the coming weeks until they also pass the $3.5 trillion human infrastructure bill. So there's trouble brewing in the Democrat caucus, and I just wanted to point that out because this money, I think I heard you talk about it early on the show because I tuned in at right around 5-something, and you talked about this $1.5 trillion in the so-called bipartisan bill. Mr. Ivey, like I've been saying, all politics is local. When you got money coming from Washington, D.C. to help a local citizen, look what happened with the eviction moratorium money. Okay, Mr. Ivey, that money was mismanaged when it got to the locals. They didn't know what to do. Their offices weren't equipped to handle all the people that were asking for this money. And now it's a mess. So if you think that 1.5 trillion or even the 3.5 trillion will find its way to the people in America who actually need it, hold on tight and just get ready, because it may not get to them until it's too late. So all I want to say before I go, last thing, Mr. Ivey, the last two major pieces of legislation that were passed were not bipartisan. Barack Obama, Affordable Care Act, not one Republican voted for it. The Donald Trump 2017 Tax Act, not one Democrat voted for it. So let's see what's going to happen in the coming weeks. Will the Democrats just go ahead and put all this stuff together, which is almost damn near $6 trillion, and put it all in the budget reconciliation bill where they don't need any Republicans? And the way it's turning out right now, it looks like that may be the path they have to take. And again, I have no problem with the money, because the money should be going to the people who need it. But again, we know how bureaucracies work. So on this Friday, Mr. Ivey, I ain't got no job. I guess that's because I'm retired. Drop Squad 52, dropping science to anyone who wants to fact check it. Be safe in them streets, shoppers.
Take it easy, brother. We'll go ahead and rack them. The only correction I would make is, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but he said it was Nancy Pelosi that was threatening to torpedo the infrastructure bill. As I understand, there is some there are some disagreements inside the Democrat caucus, inside the House. We know that, but I thought it was a group of moderate Democrats that were threatening to basically torpedo the plan unless Nancy Pelosi brought up bipartisan infrastructure bill. It was the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, and I thought that's what it was. And then you've got the more progressive members of the Democrat wing that are asking for things as well. But I know how Republicans are. They want to blame the woman. They want to blame the woman, right? They want to blame Pelosi. She's become some kind of like polarizing figure. Republicans are pretty good at that. They're pretty good at like finding some little thing or polarizing an individual, whether it be critical race theory, all this kind of shit. You mean history? Or Nancy Pelosi, lock her up. They're really good at coming up with slogans and finding some little thing, some little detail to try to turn to their favor. But correct me if I'm wrong, Drop. I thought you're saying it was Nancy Pelosi. Of course, she's a Speaker of the House, so she plays a role. But I thought it was, members of the Democrat Party that had different agendas and different issues. But it is what it is. Good call nonetheless. Charles writes, wow. First, Lil Nas X, now Robin. For men, there is no such thing as bi. Either you eat bananas or you don't. Let's move on. Where should we start here? Let's start with this brother at the top left right here. That brother right there, do you know what his name is? He was recently arrested. And the circumstances are quite interesting. This man was married. He was arrested on his wedding night. Now, a lot of things, man, you can predict are gonna go down on your wedding night. Getting arrested is not one of them. Why was this man arrested on his wedding night? Well, he was arrested because basically he was bucking shots at people running through traffic. Let me give you the backstory. So this man down in Louisiana was arrested on his wedding night after he injured two people when he got into a fight and started shooting at his bride's male friend while they were stuck in traffic. Apparently, shortly after marrying his wifey, he got into his feelings and felt like that maybe this male friend had sex or had an affair or slept with his wife recently. I don't know what they were talking about. I don't know what was said. All I know is that he started chasing dude. He started chasing dude through traffic. And not just was chasing him, but was firing shots. He shot an innocent bystander. The bride, she flagged down some help, jumped into the whip, called the police. The police showed up and arrested him. And just a real bad situation right there. Like, that's not what you want to be doing on your wedding night. You want to be doing something else on your wedding night, right? You want to do some other stuff on your wedding night. You don't want to be doing that. His name is Devin Jones. He shot 2 victims, right? One was the man who he intended to shoot. The other was a second person who was injured accidentally because mofos don't scare. They don't care. They get into their feelings. And I'm thinking, number one, listen, I believe in being strapped. I believe in concealed and carry. I believe in all of that. But on your wedding night, you got a revolver? You got a pistol with you in your tux? Where exactly do you put that? Is it in your waistband? Is that where it is? Who's got a pistol with them on your wedding night? Like, what are you expecting is going to happen? Or are you one of those brothers that's just like ready for anything, right? The other thing I would say is, that messing with married women is a good way to get killed. Because you never know how a man or a person is going to react. A lot of people like to play games with other people's ussy. And that's a good way of getting shot. That's a good way of getting killed. Now, I might not handle it that way if I found out. Let's say I just married a woman and then I found out, or I had good suspicions after I married her. And I'm talking about we're in the limo going to the hotel so we can do what we're going to do. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to feel something. I can't believe that's the first time he felt something. He had to have felt something was going on. And my recommendation is if you feel that, don't marry her. Don't marry the broad. Simple as that. You ain't got to go through with it. But what I will say, married men, married women, that's a very, 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 very dangerous proposition right there. That's a good way of getting killed for some stupid shit. It's a good way of losing your life. Over what? Exactly. But people like to play with the flames and they like to live outside the boundaries of the rules and all this kind of shit. It's exciting. Okay. If it were me, I would probably not handle it that way. I probably handle it differently. Like I said, I'm a big proponent of if you're good to somebody and you find out they betray you or they stray on you or cheat on you or they play you, all you got to do is pack your shit, get all your things, get your Xbox, get them denim jeans, get your tux, put all that shit in the box and leave they ass. That's all you got to do. If you were good to them. You were bad to them, you're doing them a favor. If you were good to them, you are going to have an impact in their life that they will never get over. You ain't got to shoot them. But I can also understand it as a man getting in your feelings and you feel like this other man got over on you or thinks he's better than you or some shit like that. I mean, it's called a crime of passion. I would say I just want to know what they were talking about. Y'all driving a limo, leaving the wedding, and all of a sudden you chasing this Negro down the streets trying to kill him because you think he slept with your wife. I don't get it, but I mean, if it was the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne might make him donkey of the day. It's just a bad look all the way around. But I got to be honest with you, I'm curious. I want to know what the hell were they talking about? What happened in the limo? We got another call. Let's take another call real quick. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Nathan.
Hello.
This is Maze. For the caller that was speaking about Elton and Jesse, now the reason they are having a recall out in California is because the Republicans are the one that asked for a recall. So we want to look at a perfect example. Let's look at Arnold and what he did when he was governor. So it won't be the first, and I don't know what Larry Elder is running on because all he's ever been is a talk show host. And Jesse is leading young men to do what? He's so stuck into a party and want people to have a discussion about him, which he's not important. Because I keep telling him both parties are the same. You just choose which one that you want to participate in. And with the Republican Party, they had a White History Month last month with Jesse Lee Peterson. And I guess why isn't he going down to Florida with them for their men's conference? Since he's so into the Republican Party, you just get paid and get used and try to be like Cameron Owens. That's all he's trying to do, is find a name for himself. So tell him to give us a reason that Larry is running besides the Republican Party pushing him up there like they did the one down in Texas. They're putting them black Republicans, that little group together, as they call, like Candace Owens. And what's the other one that was fighting her boyfriend? That was such a Republican woman so bad. And now look where she is. Stacey Dash. Nobody hear nothing about her anymore. You get used and then you get thrown in the trash. Be like Colin Powell and you'll make yourself a better person. Mays has said it, and I'll keep on saying it. And he's not important, and nobody hates him. He hates himself. Larry Elders had nothing, and then they wanted to get Bruce, which Bruce is a Republican. They didn't want him, so they confused themselves out there. They don't even know who they want to vote for, but they wanted to have a recall. So why can't America have a recall on some of these Congress people that we got sent up in office that we don't agree with? But you can always go out in California and recall a governor. And this one was not the first one, and he won't be the last. One. Tell people what's what. And Larry's not about nothing but about making money and putting it in his pocket through the Republican Party.
Hey, mate, thanks for the call. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. Appreciate it. Drop somewhere like, yeah, I triggered another one. Drop, I'm telling you, Drop loves this, y'all. He loves it. He loves it. He loves it. Let me move on with the time I have. I want to get to all these OMG stories. So let's talk about the story in the bottom right there. See that black man being led away by the white officer? Unfortunately, that's a very typical scene right there. And I want to ask you a question. I'm going to give you the scenario, then I want to ask you a question. The man in that image, his name is Eric Brown. He is a real estate agent based in Western Michigan. Back on August the 1st, which was 13 or 12 days ago, he met Roy Thorne, black man, and his teenage son to show them a house. He's a black real estate agent. He's showing a home to black folks. Okay. The home is in Grand Rapids, which is a suburb of Wyoming. And apparently, Mr. Brown arrived and waited a short time outside the house for his clients. Well, apparently, one of the neighbors saw him and called the police. More precisely, the neighbor saw a black man in a black car and drew a mistaken conclusion. Apparently, a few days earlier than that, there was a black man in a different black car who had been arrested at the same house for breaking into the empty dwelling. Now, I got a couple questions for you. Are you the type of person that would call the police because you see something suspicious at a neighbor's house? And it's an empty home. It's an empty home. So the neighbor believed that the same black man was back and then told the 911 operator that. And she told the 911 operator, as it's being reported, that she thought the man was squatting. So what do you think the police did when they showed up? Well, the police showed up and put everybody in handcuffs until they sorted everything out. Everybody, you getting some cuffs, you getting handcuffs, you getting handcuffs, and your ass, yeah, you, the black fella, y'all all getting handcuffs until we sort this out. I'd like to know, do you think, well, come to find out after a few moments of embarrassment and detainment, they looked at his identification and realized, oh, surprise, surprise, he's actually a realtor. He's not a squatter. He's not vandalizing. He's not a thief. And so they let them go. I'd like to know, again, two questions. Number one, are you that type? Have you ever called the police because you saw somebody in your neighborhood that looked suspicious and it was like going into like a home that you knew was unoccupied? I mean, for me, there's a difference between an occupied home and an unoccupied. You can deal with the police officer. You can deal with the police dogs. Now, dog is a street name for heroin, H, right? Don't come on my street and deal shit because I'm going to take a photograph. I've done it before. I'm going to take a photograph. I'm going to send it to my contact to the police department. And then I'm going to sit on the porch when they arrest your ass. I've done it twice already. I enjoy it. I get a good kick out of it. Yeah, I saw the police tase a motherfucker at the bottom of my street. I swear to God on everything. He was hilarious. And it's just so disrespectful. You just gonna deal drugs on a residential street like, screw your family. Okay. Write your license plates down. Click, click. Take a picture. Send it straight to my contacts at the CPD. And then I'm going to call them and let them know when you out there. And then I'm going to sit on the porch when they arrest your ass. That's me. But an unoccupied dwelling, that ain't really none of my business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. You know, maybe I'm splitting hairs here. Tell me what you think. Do you think that the police were wrong in the way that they handled it? Because some might say, well, damn, did you really have to put him in cuffs? You could have just asked him a few questions. You know what's so funny is that is eerily similar. It's damn near the same thing that happened to a black realtor here in the city of Cincinnati back in July of 2019. The city of Cincinnati had to apologize to that man. Remember that? We talked to the brother. He got a nice little settlement too. He got like $150,000. His name was Isham, brother Isham. Remember he came on the show. We talked about the whole scenario, and it was a retired police officer that thought he was doing the right thing and called the CPD. The CPD rolled out. They had guns drawn on them and everything. They had to walk out backwards, the whole 9 yards. And guess what? We paid for it, $151,000 to settle the federal lawsuit. And the settlement came 3 days after it was initially put in place. It was like a no-brainer, right? I wonder if that's what's going to happen in this case. I wonder. You tell me. 513-873-7134. Sheila writes, good morning. Good morning to you, Sheila. Gladys writes, TGIF Choppers, good morning to you. Brandy writes, that's right. Be your own happiness, right? Create. Regina writes, what is Patreon again? Patreon is a way for creative folks such as myself to raise dollars, right, by their supporters. It's a way for creative people to go directly to their supporters to raise revenue for their projects. And so there are different levels with it, and it comes out monthly if that's something you want to do. Or maybe you want to make a one-time donation. Cool. I'm down with whatever you feel comfortable with. I feel comfortable with it. If you're into a one-time donation, that's my Cash App and my PayPal, Nathan Ivey Show, and or Patreon, patreon.com/Nathan Ivey Show. Or you can go to nathanivey.com and there's links, and you can go directly and check out wherever I am on social media, on the internet. You can check it out. So check it out for yourself. Let me see. Christian writes, man, Fame is about to have a field day with Junior. No, he didn't really say anything. Dante writes, best part of being a dad. It is. It is. Terrence writes, Nate, he said, I'm not shy. He did. I'm not shy. I'm telling you, man, these kids, man, and they grow up and start to get their own personalities. They are hilarious. Hilarious. It is a family show, which is ironic because I be talking that talk. I talk straight adult. I curse. I swear. We talk about all that shit, and then my son comes in. But it's the complexities of our lives. I mean, I'm a lot of different things. I'm 100% an adult, but I'm also 100% a parent. So, and I'm 100% a black man. So, TNT writes, that mean mug he had on his face when he was whacking you in the head was priceless. Right. I guess he's mad at me about something. He'll tell me later. He runs the show when he comes on. Oh, man. Dante writes, I don't understand how dudes run out on their kids the funniest times of my life. I do understand. And it's a lack of manhood. It's insecurity. In some cases, it's you grew up and you didn't have it, so you don't value it. But a kid, the most interesting about me is my family. The best part of my day is them. By far is the best part. Can't wait to pick them up every day and get the rundown on what happened. Most definitely. Jerica writes, John, let it go. Go grab some water and call back at 10. Jerica writes, these are not the topics. They are not. I give him latitude. I do. Daryl writes, I don't care what Johnson's saying because he doesn't vote. He's just clanging noise. Y'all ain't gonna get that man no peace. Y'all ain't giving him nothing, huh? I don't blame you. I've said as much as I need to say to him about it. Y'all already know we've gone all through it. John's nickname is Zorro because back in, I think it was Was it 2016? I think in 2016 he wrote Zorro in on his ballot for president, which completely invalidated his ballot. This motherfucker wrote Zorro. And he didn't write Biden. He didn't write Trump. This mofo wrote Zorro for his presidential ballot. I'm like, man. Terrence writes, COVID is very serious. Even DeSantis sends a COVID response team to deal with sudden spikes in the state. It's already too late. Yeah, DeSantis is a damn fool. He is a damn fool. David writes, Nate, blink once if you are bored with John. Could you tell? That is hilarious. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Nate? Man, happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, brother. Welcome.
Hey, I wanted to make it real quick and simple, man. I have put in the chat. I said, enjoy this time I saw you with Junior. I said, because it goes by fast. You know, Nate, today, officially, Miles went to school today. I officially have a freshman in high school, dog.
Wow.
You know, I got a high schooler. I know it trips me out. But what's so funny, like I said, how it goes by fast. You know, so last night, actually, he washed his own clothes. And I'm like, you know, hey, boy, you can wash your own clothes, you know, divvy it out, separate your clothes, all, you know, the stuff that, you know, we learned growing up. So I'm like, you know, set your clothes out because, you know, he's ready to take his shit right out of the hamper and dump it on his bed. I'm like, no, you got to fold it up or at least get the clothes that you're going to wear tomorrow. Set them on your chair, lay it out so you don't walk into school looking all wrinkled and shit. You know, I'm trying to keep him fly, Nate. These kids are just different today. At least boys are. So, you know, he does all that. I'm like, cool. I've already set him I think a week and a half ago, I got him back on a regular sleep schedule because for a month and a half, he's been chilling, playing Warzone and Grand Theft Auto for like, you know, the whole time, staying up late at night. So I'm like, okay, Miles, it's like, you know, take a shower tonight, dude. Like, get ready to go for school. They just like I said, they just different, man. I remember, you know, having the crisp like Levi's with the fat ass crease in them and the new K-Swiss bright and everything. And, you know, he's like, I'm going to put on some sweats, Dad, and, you know, some shorts. And I bought him some, I was just like, you know, that first day of school feeling. You know, I've been saying that for years. But it was just, you know, just a very cool moment. And it's just so different with your son. And it's ironic, Nate, because the same age difference between your daughter and your son is kind of like mine. This is, what, 6-year difference, 6.5-year difference between my son and daughter. So, let me see. Aaron's 22. No, the hell, it's 8-year difference, 7.5-year difference. Because Miles turns 15 in October 5th of this year. But, yeah, man, it was just a cool moment. And he's just looking at me like, man, my dad is goofy. I think we went to Dick's. I bought all this shit for him. Well, I bought a couple of things there. And then, you know, I went to Gabriel Brothers. I ain't going to lie. But, you know, I think I bought me some golf balls, some Bridgestone E6s, and that's about it. But, yeah, man, I came in this morning, you know, he heard him go in the bathroom, get himself together. I'm like, you know, got to remind you, like, boy, you put on some deodorant. Gave him a big old hug, said, enjoy your day. The bus came and picked him up at 7:21, man, and he was off. So, you know, they really don't have a mask mandate, but they highly encourage it. And I highly encourage that he wear his. So that's where we are. But, yeah, man, like I said, I see Junior, man, and it reminds me of my son when he was that age, and he walking around with his chest out and everything. He got his little bird chest. He used to trip me out. And I remember, like, when I would come home from work and, you know, I'd get out of my greens or whatever I was wearing at the time, and he would take off his shirt. You know, he'd be flexing this stuff. We'd be sitting there in front of the mirror. My wife used to look at us like, both of y'all lost y'all damn mind. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to make it short and sweet, man. And I love when little dude come in, and I can just see the big sister coming, getting him out. And, you know, your wife is like the Sandman. When she give him that look, he just come on out the room. And so, but, yeah, man, enjoy it all, man. But like I said, I just wanted to make it.
Gucci, yeah. There we go. There we Gucci again. Who knows what the hell is going on? I don't know. I'm just a bystander in this thing called life. Appreciate Glenn for the call. I think that the video was flickering here or there. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Before we roll, though, one last word from our sponsor on today before we roll out for the weekend. And have a blessed weekend. I'll be right back for some parting words. Check out this word from our sponsor.
The words for today are attract more money. It takes 60 seconds for the universe through the invisible law of attraction be fully activated in your life. God's invisible law of attraction is available to you because you are just 60 seconds away from attracting more money. Take the next 60 seconds and attract more money in your life by telling the financial story for 60 seconds, 3 times a day for 21 days. Why 21 days? Because that's how long it takes to change your life. Now say this financial story out loud 3 times a day. Today, I accept my divine and human right to have more than enough money to be a financial blessing to self, family, and others. I will use my financial abundance today to bless so many people in this universe. Money is my friend. I share my money with my friends. For a free ebook, visit renewcommunitychurch.org.
Again, that's renewcommunitychurch.org. So that's the show, folks. Have an excellent rest of your Friday. I hope you have an excellent rest of your day. I'll be back and hopefully better than ever on Monday morning. And you never know. Like, for instance, don't forget tomorrow, special time for Midday Juice. She's got a special guest. Should be real juicy at 2 p.m. When the promo goes out, if you see it, please like and in particular share it.